Welcome to the Heart of a Viking. These are art projects taught by the elementary art teachers from the Cape Henlopen School District in Delaware. We hope you have fun, create imaginative works of art, and make sure you share them with someone because after all, visual arts are meant to be seen. Hello, Cape artists, and welcome back to another episode of The Heart of a Viking. So in today's episode, it's actually Jersey Day where I am. So all of us were supposed to wear shirts that had our favorite team or favorite sport on them. So I'm wearing my Pittsburgh Pirates shirt today. And I have my Pittsburgh Pirate bobblehead right here too, dancing for us. But for our art project for today, we're going to be creating a piece of artwork where we feature the ball from the sport that you like the best. So coming up in a few moments, you're going to see a picture of a bunch of different athletic balls, and I'd like for you to choose which one is your favorite. You can even pause the video if you need to look at that for an extra second longer. Choose your favorite, think about it in your mind, and gather your art making supplies, head on over to your art creating space, and grab your creativity, and I'll meet you there in just a few moments. Alrighty, Cape artists. So for today's project, we are focusing on sports. So in our sports project for today, we're going to focus on the ball that a sport is played with. And then we're going to be using some repeating lines and a limited color palette to finish off around the sports ball. So what I need for today is I need a pencil for drawing. I need something round from my house that I can use to trace my perfect circle here. Then I need some coloring tools. I can use markers, I can use crayons, I can use colored pencils, permanent markers, whatever you have at your house would be perfect for this. So let me move these out of the way, move this out of the way. That red marker is just loving us right now. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, so let's get started with a fresh piece of paper and a new work of art. So I'm going to start by grabbing that round shape that I found from my house. It could be anything that is around and that you are allowed to use and touch. Make sure you ask permission if you're not sure. So I want the larger top part of my bowl to be traced. So I turn my bowl upside down. I'm going to be tracing around the edge just like that. Excellent, with my regular old pencil. Then I'm going to draw in the lines that make this look like a baseball. So I'm going to make this one a baseball instead of a volleyball. Then I'm going to use one of my markers. I'm going to use a black one for this, and I suggest a black one. You could also use a black Sharpie. If you have a black Sharpie, that would work just as well. And I'm going to trace around my shape. Excellent. So now I'm going to choose a limited color pattern. And what that means is I'm choosing only a small amount of colors that I'm going to be using to complete this space around whatever sports ball that I've chosen to feature for my piece of artwork. So I'm going to be choosing black and red, and I'm also going to use white in my limited color palette. However, the paper's already white, so I really don't need any white coloring tools to help me create some white space. So now I'm going to be choosing one of my markers to get started with here today, and you could use a crayon or a colored pencil too, and I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 4. So I'm actually going to be choosing 4 as my number. I like the way that this looks when there are 4 lines just like that. So I made an arch, which is a line that curves up and comes back down. So I made one set of arches and out of red. Now I'm going to switch to black and make a second set of arches. It's touching that one. Maybe it starts right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll always be making 4 lines of the same color. I'm going to go back to red. Maybe I'll put the red ones right here. 1, 2, and here is a situation because when I begin this one, I already run into the edge of my paper, but not a huge problem. I'm just going to pretend it continues, and then I bet it would come across and end right there. So that was only 3 reds, so I need one more that continues just like that. 4, excellent. Back to my black. Maybe right here. 1, 2, 3, and this one again another situation. 4, that's okay. It just continues like that. Now I still have some spaces around the edges, so I think I'm going to add a few more. Right here I'm going to add another black one. I could have chosen red too, but black will work just fine. Here I think I'll do a red one. 1, 2, 3, and I just don't have room for the 4th one, or else I would have added a 4th one here. And I have a little space right there. I think I'll go with black. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to a different coloring tool. So I'm going to switch to crayons for this next part. And I'm going to remember that white is also one of my colors. I can leave some spaces white. So in the red spaces, I'm going to use a black crayon. By putting black crayon where the red marker is, will create contrast. I have to be very, very careful not to get my black crayon onto my red marker lines. Beautiful. I love the way that the red really looks like it's glowing amongst that black coloring. So now I'm going to switch to my red crayon to do one of the spaces where the black line are. All right, so I think I'm all done. I definitely wanted to make sure I included white in my pattern as well. So I'm going to, on purpose, leave some spaces that are white, not colored in. I have my sports ball in the center and I have my repeating lines around. So that's that one. Here's this one. I can't wait to see which athletic sports you are all interested in. I can't wait to see your drawings and your repeating lines and your limited color palettes. Remember, try and limit yourself to 2 or 3 colors no matter what you choose. This one I had different blues and yellow. This one I had red, white, and black. Whatever you choose is great for you. So I hope you enjoy this episode of The Heart of a Viking, and I'll see you back tomorrow.